Hey guys, welcome to Gully Cricketer. I know it's been a while. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back to making videos. Let me just set my frame a bit more. I've changed my location. Um, I hope I hope you guys had a good week. Yeah, we're going to be discussing Manchester United versus Villarreal. Europa League finals. I had to come back and make a video on it. I'm just waiting for things to open up a bit more, and there's Champions League final tomorrow, World Test Championship coming for cricket, and the IPL, the Euro Cup. Lots of exciting things to look forward to. The COVID cases are going down all around the world, especially here in Canada, in India. Vaccination rates are going up, so all around the weather is great. All around, it's been good news, and so I was like, is a good time to make the video. On a note about today's game, Man U Villarreal, in case you guys haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but sadly, Manchester United lost. So I think that would be the only sad point for today's video. But nevertheless, what a game. Man U lost. And yeah, it was just sad. I thought it was for the taking. Man United against Villarreal, two underdogs. I think, first of all, congratulations to Villarreal. They played extremely well. I think they had their strategy well defined, park the bus, defend for life. They got that goal. And Unai Emery, I'm not sure if you guys know, but even I was pretty surprised. His record in this tournament is unreal. Four times to the finals, and this was his fourth time, and now he's won it four times. He's won three times with Sevilla, and now the first time ever with Villarreal. Also, some background to Villarreal, and we'll come to Man United in a bit. Villarreal, the club, belongs is like no, it was right outside Valencia with a population of 50,000, seventh in the La Liga, never won any major tournament, especially a European Cup. And for them, this is going to do wonders. So even though I'm sad, I'm very, very stoked about Villarreal winning this. And yeah, just they have gone undefeated in a tournament like the Europa League. That's some achievement for a club of their size. And they played their hearts out. It was a collective effort from them. Their captain is like about 45 years old, I think, Raul Albiol, and that in itself is just unbelievable. So must be a good sign off for him. Mostly, I think he's an ex Spanish international, played really well. Just the strategy. So yeah, let's dial it back a bit. Let's talk about how the game progressed, how the game started first of all, how it progressed, and how it ended. As a Man United came in as favorites. I think they really missed Harry Maguire. Their defense did not look the same without him. Lindelof is not a good fit. I don't think so. And because of him, I think Eric Eric tried. No, Bailey tried. He was good. McTominay was good, but there was a weak link. Lindelof didn't do justice to start with. Regardless, the game starts. It was possession, Man United possession. Their possession was almost 70-30. And that all started with that goal in the first half from Villarreal from the set piece. Schoolboy defending a real easy ball, and unfortunately Cavani just let his man run, and it was an open net. So yeah, Villarreal 1-0 up, and after that it was pretty much held by Man United. They were playing in the other box. Villarreal defending for life, all 10 players back. It was literally watching back in the day Atletico versus Real Madrid, and Atletico plays like this, defense for life. Everyone's in, just waiting for that counter, to happen. And Man United kept pushing, but the amount of possession they had, they should have made real, like, they should have made some good chances. Only 4 shots on target in the first half. That does not help in especially in a final. Regardless, they had so much possession. The main thing was that their two main playmakers, Bruno Fernandes and Pogba, even though they had the ball, it was like it wasn't them who had the ball. The ball was with McTominay and the defenders. It was with Luke Shaw, McTominay, Bisaka, and they just needed to have Pogba and Bruno Fernandes get more on the ball, especially in the first half, and there could have been more chances. Greenwood was good. Cavani, apart from the let off, he was trying. Rashford was a bit of a lackluster today. He should have made more runs in the box. He wasn't direct. He was trying to pass. He did not take his own chances, trying to be sneaky. But Villarreal, they did not literally give any space to Man United. Like, imagine 10 people standing in the box. You're not going to make much of it, right? So yeah, they were defending Man United, keeping the ball, not attacking enough, and the first half ends. You can imagine what the pep talk would have been in the second half. There is a manager on the other side who has won this 3 times, but the team hasn't won this ever. And on the other side, the Man United has won Europa in 2014 under Mourinho, and obviously a champion club. Ole has won titles personally, but never as a manager. So it was like almost both teams in the same boat. But the way Man United came back this season in the EPL and across competitions, especially in the second half, they have been unreal. They always come back from the dead, and especially in the second half, they have scored. And even in this tournament, they were down against Roma, and then they came back in the second half and scored like 5 goals at home. So they always knew they could do it, and it was evenly poised at second half. Regardless, second half starts. Man United trying to push, but not that much. Actually, Villarreal started really well, but there is the strategy of just defending all the time and parking the bus doesn't always work. Like the other teams attacking their hearts out or trying to attack their hearts out, they have more chances to win. So I don't think so. In this modern day and age, a goal is enough. You need a cushion of 2 goals at least. But Villa tried to try to counter at the start, which was good. They thought that okay, fine, we'll attack for about 15-20 minutes and then go back to our tactics of defending throughout. And they almost made a real good chance in, I think, the first 10 minutes of the second half, which was and you could see Cavani coming all the way back to defend, Rashford coming in the box to defend, which was good to see. All the forwards coming in and defending the ball. And even there, Lindelof made, and it all started with the mistake from Lindelof. Regardless, Man United defended it well, cleared the danger, and then started to attack. And the next thing we know, there's a set piece, a corner, and the man himself, Cavani. Cavani scores. He's been so good for Man United from the time he's been signed. So yeah, it's 1-1 Man United. Villarreal start to try to push again, try to go for the second goal. It doesn't happen. Cavani almost scored again, but unfortunately, the story repeated itself with Villarreal defending most of the times. I think they were happy to take it into extra time, but and not try to go for goals and then just defend, because I think that's what their strength is, and that's where the tactic of Unai Emery can be seen. Um, Golden, it has worked for them, worked for him before, and they haven't dropped the game in this tournament using this strategy. So I don't think so. They had to drop it for this game. They didn't have to do anything different, and they did that to perfection. Took it to extra time again. 30 minutes of extra time, the same cycle, not many chances, both sides Both sides actually at a point it felt like the game had slowed down. Man United didn't make any more changes. Villa actually made all their five subs um, right around or after the game ended, but Man United probably made some changes right at the end. um, I did not understand substituting Pogba for James. No doubt James is good, young and good, but I felt the way Rashford was playing and reacting, I thought James would have been better. It would have been better to substitute James for Rashford instead of Pogba. You need Pogba in these big situations, and especially when penalties are coming. I would have kept Pogba. I didn't know why was that done. Regardless, we come into penalties, and what a crazy shootout. It was one after the other, one after the other. 21 penalties taken. I don't think so. It has happened as such. It hasn't gone so far. So when I say 21 penalties, it's the first round of five penalties. Villa went first. Man United went second. All the players scored their penalties. Then the next set of five players come in from both sides. They all take their penalties, and these are the actually when it goes to sudden death is when the pressure just piles up even more, because these players are not originally meant to take penalties, but they all took it really really well. And even the class of taking penalties, it's everyone hitting it into the top right corner of the net. Sweet penalties. The center back who replaced Eric Bailly, Tuan's B, I forgot his full name, but young player. It was so good to see him take a penalty, and it was such a good penalty. Top right, opened his arms up, opened his heels up. Beautiful penalty. And obviously it had to come down to the goalkeepers. So Villa's goalkeeper stands up, and actually right before this, what was happening was me and all my friends, we all were chatting on WhatsApp, and and when they showed David De Gea's face, one of my friends said he looks nervous, and I all of us sort of agreed that De Gea looks so nervous. I don't know why. He has done this before. He's like a big game player, and the other team's goalkeeper was pretty calm and cool. I think it was it always felt like for him, there is nothing for me to lose. I'm just gonna go give it my all. And anyways, we are the underdog. Even though we don't win, this season itself has been so good for us. So the other goalkeeper, I felt came in without any pressure into defending the penalties. But when De Gea, you could have seen from De Gea's face, I don't know, he actually looked pretty nervous. He was super pale. He came in, and even when he was taking penalties, it wasn't the usual De Gea. You could see there's some hesitation. He is a real good goalkeeper, and but I think the pressure just got to him tonight. And eventually, at the end, when Villa's goalkeeper stood up to take his penalty was spot on. What a penalty by a goalkeeper! I couldn't believe there was a goalkeeper taking a penalty. Such press, it was so much pressure on that guy. But now there's double pressure on De Gea, who's taking the last kick of this penalties round, and he knows that if he messes this up, they lose. And I think that just got to him. It shouldn't have. Things happen, but I have to say he didn't have he. It didn't feel like he had the fire in him, or it was just he was just probably so nervous. Because even if you look at the penalty, it wasn't even like he tried. It was hit without any power. It was not even in the corner. It wasn't even in the corner of the net. It was it was pretty disappointing, and I think, and the only reason for that can be that he was nervous and the pressure just got to him. Regardless, he's now he's a champion goalkeeper, but I'm sure he only has himself to blame. This was It was his time to shine and become a hero. He is a hero, right? Like he's done so well for Man United over the years and for Spain. But it's times like these when true champions show up, and it was his chance to come show up, score that goal, and keep that sudden death going. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Man United lost. It's been a real great season for United. They have come back, ended second on the EPL, did so well in Europa. They should have won, but unfortunately not. And yeah, that's the end of it. Let's see what happens next. Tomorrow is the biggest game for all of us who love football. One of the biggest games after the Euro finals or the World Cup is the Champions League finals. Big game tomorrow. Man City, Chelsea. So difficult to call. In my heart, I'm thinking it's going to be Man City. Also saw the celebrations. I really, even though I'm a Man United fan, I always liked Aguero, and I was sad to see him leave. It was his last game, but it was good to see him score two goals. So we will see what happens tomorrow. I'm predicting Man City win, but because it's just it's a Champions League final, Man City is going to be there for the second time. Chelsea has been there, done it, but they have a lot of young players, so it'll be super interesting to see. But with Pep being at Man City, I would definitely rate Man City higher than Chelsea. Pep's just a magician, a beautiful manager, tactically so good, and it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. And from a Chelsea perspective, one of my friends said they shouldn't play Timo Werner. They should get Havertz, and I sort of agree. I don't think so. Werner should start. If they start, it's actually better for Man City. So Man City would be hoping Timo Werner starts. So yeah, it'll be good to see what happens. And after the game tomorrow, we'll try to do another video. I'll try to get a couple of my friends. I know the emotions will be flying a bit higher um, when the next game happens, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see who wins. And also super excited for the Euro to start. And as we get closer to the Euro Cup, we'll start to analyze every team and do some predictions. Thanks for joining, guys. Have a good day.